evening, Africa. This is your girl Nancy, and I'm back again with our discussion of marriage. And today we are talking of how sure is the man you're married or you are going to marry mature. How sure is that man responsible? How ready is your man? Is that man ready to be a father? You find most men have kids, but they're not ready to be fathers. Being a father is not just by paying bills. Being a father is by being responsible, taking care of whatever you're supposed to be taking care of, teaching your son how to be a man. That is how to be a father. Not paying the bills. The bills anyone can pay. That's why we have single women. But the single women can't teach their boys how to be men. And I was having this chat. And even I attended a seminar some time back. And funnily enough, I was so shocked. When I told the men, it was a school function, when I told the men to go and discuss with their son and come back to me for 1 hour, the only one man, and I had 47 men, only one man took 15 minutes. The other one were coming after 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I finished discussion. I said, I didn't tell you to go and say hi to your son. Go and have a discussion, clear discussion with your son. Go and understand him. How many men take their time to understand their boys? We don't understand our boys. You just think paying the bills, and that's why you find our kids by 20, they make a lot of mistakes. It's not fair. As fathers, as men, learn to be a man. Even if your parents didn't teach you, you can take care of that by yourself. Learn how to be a man. Learn how to make your son to be a man, a responsible man, a man that can take care of his home, a man that will be better than you. I hope the biggest achievement that can happen to anyone is seeing your son being better than who you are. I don't want your son when he's 19 is being called a father and he can't even take care of his own bill. I don't know how he's going to be a father yet he can't take care of his own bill. My advice to you, our men, learn to connect with your kids. The time you're spending 5 hours in the pub, just spend 1 hour with your son. Take your son out. Let your son tells you what affects him. Let him disclose to you that he has a girlfriend. At least know the kind of girlfriend your son is dating. How mature is the woman? How responsible is the girl? These are things that we need to ask ourselves as men. Not just a matter of paying bills. Because if we could have just said it's a matter of paying bills, anyone can pay bills. Anyone can pay bills, because I know even some orphans, people pay bills for them, which are not their fathers. That's why we have so many sponsors in the world. Let you be a father to your son. Don't just be a bill payer. Don't be a bank to your son. You're not a bank. You're not a sponsor, benefactor to your son. Learn to be your father. Learn to be your husband to your wife. How good do you take care of your wife? It's not a matter of just giving her money to go and dress up, to go. How many minutes do you take just a break to sit with your wife? Just sit doing nothing. Talking, when you guys are done talking, you just sit down and have fun. How often do you do that? And come and tell me that I'm a man, I'm married. How can you be proudly married yet you hold your discussions in the pubs? You take care of other men's problems, yet you can't take care of your own problem, and you call yourself a married man. Really, our men, we need to focus, we need to change. We need to learn to be responsible fathers. For our kids to be better, we need to learn to be responsible fathers. I'm telling you this for free. And it's affecting so many. I know I normally talk about women, but right now, the way things are going, we need to start talking about men. And it's not funny at all. This discussion is not funny. I've seen it, people have talked about it, and in fact, I've heard it. Like the whole of this week, that is what people have been complaining. Women say, my son is having this kind of an affair. My son is sleeping with my house girl. Your son is sleeping with your house girl. Why? One, maybe it's seeing the father's doing that, or it's just there's nobody to guide your son. There's nobody to tell your son this and that. There's nobody to show him future. So it's going just to get lost in the street. It's going to do anything. You find so many things. You find your kids smoking, drinking as early as 17 or early as 15 because they don't have that father and emotional support from their father. It's not all about money. And leave alone their sons. daughters, and I always say this, girls think harder than men, mostly when it comes to the emotional. And as a father, girls see so much as they do things like their mother, they see so much attention in their fathers. They pay so much attention in their father. How you treat their mother matters. How you take care of them matters. It's not a matter of how much you give your daughter. Like I had another man called, and that man is a judge, and the man was so much desperate into giving. His divorce now is so much trying to show the daughters how much she has, how much your mother has. That is not how to raise kids. Don't show them how much you have. Show them how much time you have. And the man, he brings the kid to his house, yet he's not there. He's out drinking up to 2, 4 a.m. And you have daughters. And you expect the daughters to have good grades. And then he calls me and complains that my daughter's grades are dropping and my daughter's in the best school in the country. Who told you taking your daughter to the best school in the country, that's how to raise a kid? Kids are not raised like that, my people. Kids are raised by taking care of them, making them understand future, showing them the aspect of life, what goes on in life, how things work out there. And the daughter, and the man was complaining that her daughter is just 16 and has a boyfriend, and he has realized the daughter have 2 boyfriends. But if you keep bringing different girls every single night at home, what do you expect? Your daughter knows that is how life works. I can have boyfriend at 16, I can bring my boyfriend at home. Because my father does that. My mother does that. It's a bad, especially for the divorced parents. My people, once you're divorced, pick one man, pick one woman. If you have kids, more than just 5 years, pick one man, pick one woman. As a mother, pick a man that you know is serious. If that man is not serious with you, if that man is not ready for marriage, please put him away from your kids. You can have an affair with him out there, but don't bring that affair back home. Don't bring that affair in front of your kids. That is the worst influence you can ever do to your kid. It's so pathetic. And any woman that, or any man that doing that, shame on you. You need to see fit. You need to just, I don't know where to take you. I just don't know what name to call you, because it's so pathetic. I can't stand it. You show your kid today this man, next tomorrow you show him this man. 5 months later, 1 year later, that kid will growing up knowing that I can sleep with any man. I can change men anyhow. I can change women anyhow, because my parents do that. My parents are divorced. They do that. It's not a big deal. If I go to my father's, I see that. If I go to my mother's, I see that. That means your kids will never change, and that is the worst thing you can do to your kids. Please, please, for divorced parents, if you know you are marrying somebody, bring him home. If you're not marrying, keep your relationship outside from your house. It's very important. If you are raising your kids, it's very important. Let's show our kids something else. Let's have morals. Keep it the African way. Please, my people. Stay blessed.